I solemnly swear that I am up to no good.
Hey guys, it's Lee. Welcome back to my channel. Today, as I'm sure you've already figured out, we are doing a Slytherin Harry Potter theme. A couple of other bullet journals have done Hogwarts House, well, not really Hogwarts House, just like Harry Potter in general themes, but I'm from Slytherin and I wanted to do one specifically on Slytherin. So, you know, for fun, I decided to dress up a little bit today, as you can see. I even did like a whole like outfit thing, not just the upper half like some YouTubers do when, you know, they're filming. So yeah, I actually like really like this, but I hope you guys enjoy this theme and let me know what Hogwarts house you are from, and we'll see how many Slytherins we have watching my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy this, and let's just get right into it and stop rambling because I really have a tendency to do that. Alright, so as per usual, we are going to start with the quote page, and for this quote page I decided to do a Snape quote, but not the typical one that people always think of, like that always quote. That'll be coming later in the setup. But I started with this one, but then I quickly changed my mind to like, nope, actually I want to do the cover page first. When I was doing this cover page, I thought, okay, let's keep it relatively simple, but it's still, you know, obviously have it a little bit more drawing heavy compared to the past 2 months, and do March in Harry Potter classic font and do the emblem of Slytherin. But if I'm being completely honest, the emblem of Slytherin, like the one you typically see like on the patches and stuff, when you really look close, the snake is kind of disturbing looking. Like, I know it's supposed to be scary, but I didn't particularly want to do just a scary snake. So I was looking on Pinterest for a couple different versions of the emblem, and I eventually found this really cute one, which you'll see right here. But yeah, then the March wording was so hard. Apparently Harry Potter font is very hard to draw. The stupid bolts were so hard, but I actually ended up clicking out of a lot of the speed over clip of me trying to do those because they just took way freaking long. But anyway, we're gonna go past that and go back to this quote that I'm writing. So this quote Snape said in Year 5 movie when he's working with Harry to try to help him keep Voldemort out of his head. I remember just like even how he says it. I'm not gonna try it now because I'm gonna just be like super horrible at it. But yeah, I wanted to have a different Snape quote than the standard one for the beginning, especially since this one, I mean, obviously I don't have the Dark Lord trying to get into my mind, but I don't know, I've been having trouble focusing lately. Like, I'm still getting my stuff done, clearly, because I've been being able to post weekly on this channel for the past 2 months since I took less hours at my job, which is great, but it's also been really hard to do weekly videos on my The Lee Factor channel, and I'm gonna be completely honest here, I'm really struggling with this. So far I've only been able to do bi-weekly on that channel while keeping this channel weekly, and I'm trying to make both weekly, and it's just, oh my god, it's so much harder. The videos for this channel are really easy for me to edit. Honestly, even editing this video, it's kind of boring. Like, I've done it so many times that like the editing part of producing these videos is just so boring for me now because it's just easy, you know? But at least the Lee Factor ones, I'm very stimulated by it. That sounds kind of gross, but yeah, I hope I'm making sense here. I'm trying new editing styles, and you know, you're working with pacing because you're constantly talking to the camera in person, and you know, you're going from scene to scene, and I'm really trying to get better at those because like my main, I don't know if any of you guys have heard of this YouTuber Best Dressed, but she has amazingly edited videos, so I trying to edit my Belief Factor videos similar to hers and learn that way because I really enjoy watching those kind of videos. But that's not to say that I don't enjoy making videos for this channel. I really do. Like, I love drawing, and I've developed more of a love for it the more I feel like I've gotten better at it. But that being said, it, you know, there's similar types of videos. It's the same process of editing, and if you do anything too many times in a row and it gets to be not even remotely challenging, it just gets kind of boring. So at least when I'm making these setups, it is very challenging for me. Like this emblem, I didn't at first, but when I first started drawing it, I was thinking, oh, this isn't gonna be that hard, it's gonna be fine. I did that Jack drawing, I can do it. Oh my god. Not quite as time consuming as the Jack one, obviously, but there are such tiny little details, and my pencil kept dulling out, so I was having issues. And then when I eventually got to the snake, you wouldn't think snakes would be hard to draw, but my goodness, they are. The way they curve, it's kind of hard to balance it, so there was a lot of erasing and redrawing in this, a lot. But yeah, basically, I just kept on going, and eventually when it started to like come together a little bit, I was more and more happy with it. And surprisingly, the eye was not too hard for me to do. It was really the shading that I had the most trouble with this emblem, because with the original picture, that is a digital art where you can easily blend the colors to like move together like watercolor can, but when you're using just Tombows, it's really hard to do that. So I know it doesn't look quite as good as obviously digital art, and maybe one day I'll learn how to use my iPad to create digital art like that, but as for right now, I'm going to stick with pencil and just do my best. Hope you guys still think it looks okay. New day, a new lighting. I think this first day that I started making this, it was really blue and cloudy outside. I can't really remember, but I know that when I was filming the rest of this and the rest of the setup all in one day, yesterday actually, that's actually when I finished it, I had a lot better lighting, so that's the only unfortunate part when you're just relying on window light. One video can look amazing if it's a good lighting day, but if you're running out of time and the clouds are in front of the sun, it's not as good. So, you know, you go with the flow. Oh, and by the way, this new black marker that I got is absolutely amazing. Having such a fine tip marker compared to my usual Sharpie pen has been such a lifesaver since I got it. I wish I had it during my January one. Some of the lines would have been a lot nicer for the penguin and the snowflakes. And it worked beautifully on the scales. Switching between the slightly thicker pen Sharpie and the Micron, I think it's a 0.5 millimeter. I'll link it down below if you guys are curious. But it worked fantastic. It was great. so I just added a little bit of washi tape just to add something because it still felt a little bit too white in my opinion, but I definitely lost the footage of what else I decorated with, so you'll see the real final result of this thumbnail at the end of the video. Moving on to my schedule page. So obviously I also lost a little bit of footage from the beginning of outlining March, but I outlined it with my Micron and did the little pieces of the page that I thought would benefit more with the thinner pen first. And once again, I decided to go with a 6x6 square calendar, very simple. I liked the open spread from last month, but I figured it would just look better if it was all completely squared. And just added a little bit of like star doodles, and obviously the Harry Potter glasses is a must. And I found this beautiful drawing of this snake with a hand holding the... Actually, I'm pretty sure it was supposed to be the Elder Wand, but the original photo only had like one little bulb. So I put the one bulb and didn't add the other two, and then I decided, oh, you know what, I should make it look more like Hermione's, even though she's not from Slytherin, but like when I went to the Japan Orlando studios back in 2016 and got to get my wand from Ollivanders, I ended up getting Hermione's wand. So I thought it'd be cool to kind of like mix Hermione's wand's design with the Elder Wand in this photo instead, and I really like how it turned out. And also, if you're wondering what fonts I'm using, obviously Harry Potter font for the March one, but apparently there's lots of different variations of the Harry Potter font, so I left a link to the specific one that I used down below in the description, and also the font for the days of the week I also listed down below. Basically this layout, I decided not to use just the standard Harry Potter font because it was really time consuming to draw. Like, you wouldn't think it would be, but all those angles, like, yeah, it was time consuming. So I switched between 3 different Harry Potter themed ones. When you look up Harry Potter fonts, it gave a bunch of different options, and I forget what the cursive one here is called, but it was under that list and I thought it looked really pretty. And then later on you'll see another one, but I'll go into more detail for that one when we get to that spread. Also, I know my hand looks a little weird. I think this is only the first time I've drawn hands. I mean, Jack Skellington's hand doesn't really count because his is more like bony, so it was honestly easier for me because then it's like not fleshy and you have to draw a nail and all that stuff. For me, Jack's hands are actually quite easy, but I don't know. Human hands are harder. I tried it. Do you think it looks okay? I don't know. So originally I was thinking about coloring it in with the dark green Tombow, but honestly with how dark it looked, I was really worried it was gonna look too overbearing and then you're not gonna like to see the eyes and the other details of this snake, so that's why I went with pencil crayon, but this is the only time that I ended up using pencil crayon in this entire setup. See, this is where digital art would come in real handy. Alright, so this is where I was talking about where I'm using a different kind of font. Now, my original plan was to actually use this font as my other one that would have been where the cursive font was in the schedule page, but after just making the title words of this to-do list page, I was like, nah, because when I made the font in the words that I wanted to, certain fonts only come in capital letters, just like certain fonts only come in lowercase letters, and I really didn't want to have to use uppercase on the entirety of my calendar page. And plus, these are time consuming to draw too. Like, I don't understand why more blocky writing is harder for me to draw than cursive. It makes no sense. I don't know why, but my hand does what it does. Alright, so we are on our mood tracker and habit tracker now. So, mood tracker, oh my god. I'm unsure if I will continue with mood trackers because, sweet lord, do they take a long time to draw. This one was more time consuming than the last 2 months because, as you can see, it's a bunch of Harry Potter doodles. I had no idea what I wanted to do for the mood tracker that would be very Harry Potter, that's like just one thing. So then when I saw a bunch of people on Pinterest just doing a bunch of Harry Potter doodles, that's why I was like, oh, I don't need to just make it one thing. Why not just do a bunch of doodles and then try drawing the numbers inside? So then it might look a little weird when you're coloring things in because they won't be like true colors, but at least it'll look kind of cool. Glad I did that idea, but yes. If you do decide to do this, having 31 doodles can be very, very time consuming. Actually, my favorite doodle on here, I'm gonna have to say, is the sorting hat. It doesn't have the face. I didn't really want to try to do the face because I figured it would take up too much room and then there wouldn't be enough room for the numbers. But I still think it looks cute and I'm happy with it. And some doodles I did have to repeat because I was running out of options for 31, so I was like, it's fine if I have a couple of repeats, it's not that big a deal. For my colors of moods, I tried to pick ones that would look the best with the doodles that I picked, but yeah, not a huge rhyme or reason. I just did my best to try to make it cohesive. Ta-da! And I had this old sticker that I bought from Danielle Burnside Art. She's the one that, if you guys were subscribed a bit ago, my August theme, I actually did the dolphin drawing that I bought from her and tried to recreate it. And amongst the stickers that I bought from her, I also bought this owl. And I thought it would look perfect for this spread, so that's why I smacked it right in the middle of the mood tracker. Alright, so moving on to the last part of my setup, my weekly spread. This, honestly, I should have planned it a little bit better so I could put another Slytherin sticker, but I can do that next week, not a big deal. But I did, however, do that Snape quote that I was mentioning at the very beginning that everybody knows. I thought it would look super cute in this little corner, and I didn't have a specific font for this. I actually found this quote made in like an aesthetic kind of form on Pinterest. Unfortunately, I was a dumbass and forgot to pin it to my actual bullet journal ideas board, so I lost it, so I don't actually have the original, but this font was not mine. I copied it from a photo. But the font that's on my days of the week is still that cursive font that I used on my schedule page. And hopefully you caught this the last time I said it, but yes, all of the fonts that I used, if you're interested in any of them, are in the description below. And the paper that I used is actually from my Kaisercraft recent buy of their Emerald Eve collection. I actually did an entire scrapbook haul of this paper if you guys want to check that out. I'll leave it in the card up there as well. And sorry for the bings, I really should remember to put my phone on silent when I'm recording these voiceovers. But yeah, I just slapped on some of that paper onto the edges, and kind of like how you would with washi tape, and threw on some more washi tape over top, and with those star stickers. And those star stickers are actually from a independent artist named Quinn Boyle. I think that's how I pronounce her name. I'll leave her link in the description below as well. I have bought a few stickers from her, and my consistent purchasing from her site has always been my bullet journal covers. Because I find that if you don't have a cover for your book, it gets destroyed by the end of the year. So I like having a safety net for it, so that when my book is full, it'll be nice and crisp for like a display type of thing. Because I mean, these books are so pretty. You gotta want to display them when they're full, you know? Oh, and if you guys are curious of the spacing that I use between each of these words, I basically counted from the top of the word is 10 dots down. So the top of the line to the bottom of the line is 10 dots down, if you want to like completely use the exact same spacing that I did. Alright, so here's my final flip through of my March 2021 setup. I am very impressed with myself, not gonna lie. I'm very glad it worked out as well as it did, because a little bit through it I was worried that I wasn't gonna have enough ideas for drawing wise to really make it unique, but I'm very happy with this end result. It looks very magical.
Mischief managed.
Alright guys, I'm sure you know the drill by now. I will be showing you guys all of the pictures that I used for inspiration for this month's setup. I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you liked this theme, please let me know, and also check out my Instagram if you have a sec at Meraki_memories. If you decide to recreate any of my spreads, which honestly I don't know if anyone would want to, but if you happen to want to, please tag me in it. I would love to see it. And yeah, on there you'll also see little updates on my story for weekly videos and other scrapbooking stuff I might do in between these bullet journaling videos, and also the entirety of my month's weekly spreads on my Instagram as well. So it's not super boring on there, and it's not like a one-trick pony kind of thing. You'll get a lot of crafty stuff on there. So please give me a follow, and I will see you guys next Scrappy Wednesday. Bye!